Hello, my dear friends, welcome back. Remember last class we started with statistics and then we have learned that in class 10 standard we will be learning how to find out the mean for grouped data. We had three methods. First one was the direct method, second one was the assumed mean method, and the other one is the step deviation method. Assumed mean method is also known as the shortcut method, but I prefer step deviation method. But anyway, since the methods are all given to us, today we will be learning how to find the mean of group data using assumed mean method. Alright, so I guess you're all ready. We will start with question number 4. Okay, so you can all get the notebook, copy, pen, paper, textbook already, and you can write down the heading there, assumed mean method, or also known as the shortcut method. Last class I had told you that if the methods are not given, you can choose your own convenient method. I also told you that generally we do the direct method when the population is small, assumed mean method when the population is medium size, and step deviation method when the population is large. So today we will assume that our population will be that medium population, and along that line we will solve this one or two questions and see and learn how we can use the assumed mean method also, because during the exams they might just tell you to do by any method, so we have to be prepared with any of the methods. So the same question can be, I'm sure you can do it by direct method also, step deviation method also. Okay, alright then. So this is a question that is given to you, that is there are 30 women were examined in the hospital. 30 women were examined in the hospital by a doctor. Find a number of find the mean heartbeats per minute for these women choosing a suitable method. So for this particular question, for now we have chosen the assumed mean method. Alright, okay, so here what we are going to do is we are going to assume a mean from the class mark. That's why it's known as the assumed mean method. But we'll get back to that. First, let's find out the class mark. I'll just write here, class mark. Class mark, which we will generally denote by xi actually, so x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. So xi generally is also the middle value. So there are many tricks, small tips that I'll be giving you this video for how to find out some certain stuffs, and also listen carefully. I will be giving all the tips that I possibly know. So, but beforehand, let's find out the middle value of this two. So, but again, before we really start any particular table, it's always good for you to check whether the table is continuous, whether the class width is uniform or not, and that way we can make, we can use more many tips, tricks also, and it'll be helpful for us on what to do and what not to do. You see here 65 to 68, 68 to 71, 71, 74, 4, 77, 7. So fine, this is continuous. This table is continuous. It is exclusive. Then class width 65, 66, 67, because 68 is included here. 68, 69, 70, 71 is included here. 71, 72, 73, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. So the class width is also uniform. The class width is also uniform here, which we denote by H. So that is 3. So no problem. Then we can use some small tips that I will give you today. But let's first find out the middle value. So the middle value, generally the thought process, you can just find out without calculating also. And if you cannot, then we can always calculate. What do? We add the upper and the lower limits of the class interval 65 plus 68. So that's 13, 133. And then again we will divide by 2. So 2, 6 are 12. 1 left, 13, 2, 6 are 12. 1 left, 0.5. 2 5s are 10. So the first value class mark is 66.5. So you can calculate for the first value, and after that, trust me, no need to calculate. Alright, because what I'm going to tell you now, that's why I was telling you to check whether it's continuous or not, and if the class width is uniform or not. Because if it is continuous like this table, and if the class width is also uniform, then what we can do is see, what is the class width here? 3. So after you calculate the first value, you can just keep on increasing by 3 each, because it is uniform. Got that? So no need to calculate for each and every respective value, not needed at all. So next will be what? 65.5, 66, 67, 68.5. 66, sorry. 67, 68, 69.5, 69.5. Next value, 70, 71, 72, 72.5. Next, go on increasing by 3. 72, 73, 74, 75, 75.5, 76, 77, 78, 78.5, 79, 80, 81, 81.5, 82, 83, 84, 84.5. So depending on the class width, if class width is 5 each, then you will go on increasing by 5. If it is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 each, likewise. Alright, got it? I hope you will remember that. That will be very helpful for you, especially to save some time. Alright, okay, next is the frequency column. Do not worry, I'm getting back to it. How do we calculate the assumed mean method? I'll get back to it, but let's first get things ready. 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 8, 7, 4, 2, 8, 7, 4, 2. So this is the frequency column. So let's just calculate the frequency column, total frequency for 8, 9, 10, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 30. So the total of frequency is 30. So if you had to do the direct method, then you just multiply f into x, f into x, f into x. Alright, now the assumed mean method, the formula for the assumed mean method is this one. The mean is given by a plus summation of f into d by summation of f. Of course, it's fi into di. No, I'm not writing that anymore. 1 to n. This is also 1 to n. Total of the frequency. So here, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. So it's going from 1 to 8 likewise. What is di? What is a? We'll get back to it. First, a. What is here? Assumed mean. A here actually represents ASSUMED. Assumed mean. So first we'll have to calculate maybe below the table. Now below the table you can just write down this one. A in bracket assumed mean is equal to, we will be assuming our mean from the mid value from the class mark. Any one. Actually any one value you can take, but generally we prefer the middle one. So here how many entries do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 entries. So we can preferably, so here the middle value is 75.5. So that we will assume to be our assumed mean. We will assume to be our assumed mean, 75.5. Of course you can take these values also as a, you'll get the solution. No, but yeah, we just prefer the middle value, that's all. Okay. Alright, so our assumed mean here is 75.5. Now time to find out this deviation, di. What is this deviation? Di is actually generally the deviation of each and every value of the class mark from the assumed mean. So here it is xi minus, what is our assumed mean here? 75.5. Alright, so this one also I'll give you a trick to easily do it without much calculation, but at least for formality, let us see how we actually really do calculate the deviation. Alright, so for the first one at least I'll show you. That is first one. So the first one will be D1, isn't it? You can all do all this in your rough column. Okay. So D1, first one, D1 will be x1 minus 75.5. So what is x1 here? 66.5. 66.5 minus 75.5. So if you subtract this, how much are you going to get? 75.5, 66.5, 0, 6, 15, so that's 9, so that will be minus 9. Minus 9.0, so I'll just write minus 9. Minus 9. Alright, and likewise, next value will be 69.5 minus 75.5. Next value 72.5 minus 75.5. Next value 75.5. Likewise, you are going to subtract and calculate the value of D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7. Alright, but with the trick that I'm going to give you, all these calculations are not going to be necessary. Okay, all these calculations are not going to be necessary. Alright, but provided, as I said, you have to check whether it's continuous or not and whether the class width is uniform in each. If it is not uniform, then generally we will not be able to do by the trick that I'm going to give you. Alright, now the trick is this. Listening? Alright, the trick is this, very simple. For di, no? Oh, this fine. For di, next of course I'll be multiplying f into d. Also, that's not a big problem. So now look here. 75.5 assumed mean. What you will do is, okay, let me just put like this, otherwise there, so that there is no confusion with which column is where, which row is where. I think this will be more systematic, more arranged also. Alright, now look here. 75.5 now, directly, don't worry, here di, just put 0. Got that? 0. Trick. Next, see, these are all above 75.5. What is the class width? 3. Uniform. Go on increasing by 3. 3, 6, 9. Got it? These are all below 75.5. So here go on decreasing by 3. So 0, minus 3, minus 6, you see, minus 9. So that way you can do. Once again, for example, if the class width was, instead of 3, if the class width was, let's say 10, in that case this will be 0. Then you will go on increasing by 10. 10, 20, 30. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. Got it? Or if the class width was 5, then here wherever you take the assumed mean, there the deviation will be 0. Then increase by 5, where the values higher than 75.5, all these values. So it's 5, 10, 15. Minus 5, minus 10, minus 15. So here the class width was 3, so 0, 3, 6, 9, minus 3, minus 6, minus 9. Got that? So with that, actually you will not need to, just go on calculating, and you can save a lot of time during the exams. Alright? But provided, as I say, it has to be uniform and it has to be continuous. Right? Next is simple. After that, we just multiply f into d. So 2 into minus 9, 18, 4 6 are 24, minus 3 3s are 9, 0, 7 3s are 21, 4 6 are 24, 2 9s are 18. Now let's get the total of this. So for this also, again, another thing, first add all the negative values. That will be easy for you to calculate. Alright, trust me, you do your calculations systematically, you will easily and very comfortably get the marks, full marks. Alright, don't mess it up. Alright, you have to be very systematic. Now, chalo. Okay, now? So let's calculate 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's minus 51. And this value? 8, 12, 13. 1 left, 2, 4, 5, 6. So 63 minus 51. How much will be that? 63 minus 51, 2, 1. So that is 12. That will be positive 12 because 63 is bigger. Okay. Alright then. So that's it. We have all the values. Let's calculate the mean. So I'm going to rub this part. This also. You can pause the video and note it down. Right. Okay. I'm going to rub this part. is chalo. So the mean will be, let's say, by assumed mean method, the mean x bar will be a plus summation of f into d divided by summation of f. I'm not writing I and all, okay? If you wish, you can write I going from 1 to 7, fi di into summation of fi. So that will be a. What was our assumed mean? Oh, I wrote, I think 75.5, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Plus summation of f into d, 12. Summation of f, 30. So let's calculate this. 3 4s are 12. I mean, 6 2s are 12. 6 5s are 30. So 75.5 plus, let's divide 2 by 5. So that's going to be, okay, I'll just show you. 2 divided by 5, so 0.0420, so 0.4. 5 4s are 20. So you add it up, you will get your mean. So 75.5, 0.4, 9.57. So our mean x bar is 75.9. 75.9. So as per that question, find the mean heartbeats. So yeah, conclusion, you know, like mean heartbeats is 75.9 per minute. Conclusion, you can write in your own words. Okay, so I'm sure that was not very difficult. I'm rubbing it off, pause and chalo. Alright, so let's move on to another question. So kindly share with your friends also, those who might be having difficulties trying to learn. If you find the video useful, there will be many, because many will be having problems studying and all. Now before that, let's go to number 6 now. I'm skipping 5. Okay, I'll be skipping 5. Why? I'll tell you. So we'll go to number 6 first. So question number 5 I will be skipping, because if you have your textbook, you will see there that the population, number of boxes, frequency, so the population is like 15, 110, 135, 115. So I think that this question we will do by step deviation method, because the population is slightly bigger compared to the other questions. So this one we will try to do it by step deviation method. That way the calculation will be slightly easier again. Alright, so question number 5, we'll be keeping it for the next video, where we will learn how to find the mean by step deviation method. Alright, so definitely I'll do that in the next video using step deviation method. So for now, today we are trying to learn assumed mean method only. So we'll go to question number 6. So question number 6 also, the question is find the mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method. So let's get it down. So as I was telling you, please, definitely there will be many students who might be having problems, you know, trying to get a source to study. Maybe not able, maybe they are not able to attend online classes and so on. So please kindly help your friends by letting them know about this particular channel if you're watching it and if you're liking it. And yes, if you're liking it, please do give me a like also. That would also be very nice of you. That would be really motivating for me, of course. It's actually for motivation. Alright, so now we're going to just skip the detailed part. Now we'll just directly start doing using the tricks or the tips that I gave you. So now, so before that, I'll just write FINDI, because some might just say that okay, this guy is not writing I and all those. So I'll just write it down. So okay, frequency, let me just write down 4, 5, 12, 2, 2. So 4, 5, 12, 2, 2. So let me just prepare the column of. You can also do it quickly. So the total of frequency will be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 left, 25. 25 households correctly. Alright, now what will be the middle value here? Some of us, we can easily assume also middle value here. Yeah, but before that, let's first check whether it's continuous or not. It is continuous because 100 to 150, 150 again, 150 to 200, 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350. So it's conclusive. I mean, it's exclusive table. So yeah, that's fine. Class width 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. So the class width is also uniform. 50, 50. So the, yeah, 50, 50. So the class width is also uniform. Class width is also uniform here, 50. So yeah, we can use the tips that I gave you. Middle value. First one, maybe if you wish, you can calculate and find out. So that will be 100 plus 150. That is going to be 250. If we divide by 2, 2 ones are 2, 5, 2 twos are 4, 1, 0, 2 fives are 10, 125. So the middle value, we can easily assume also, but anyway, middle value 125. After that, what did I tell you? Class width is 50, so go on increasing by 50. You will automatically get the middle value also. In the meantime, you can just check also. So 125, so that's only 175, 225, 275, 325, increasing by 50 each. Alright, then our job is to assume a mean. So here A will be, what did I say? We prefer the middle value. So we prefer, I said. So you can take any value, but I'll prefer the middle value, 225. So that will be my assumed mean. So di would be what? So I'll write here for your concept, di will be xi minus 225. But we are not going to do that, as I said, we are just going to directly do. So that is 225. This value we will just write 0. Now, after that, what did I say? Class width was 50. So higher values niche wala. Niche wala. What we will do is we will increase by 50. So 50, 100. And the lower values, that is lower than 225 values, that serially, sequentially, what we will do, we will decrease by 50. Minus 50, minus 100. So likewise, we can go on if there are more values. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, and likewise. Why? Because the class width is 50 here. Alright? Then, next, multiply f into d. So that's minus 400. This is minus 250, 0. This is 100. This is 200. So then for calculation again, let's add the negative values first. So for minus 650, and this is 300. So 300 minus 650, that is going to be minus 350 minus, because 650 is bigger than 300. So when you subtract these two, you will have 350 negative value minus. Alright? Okay, so we have all the values. So time to calculate the mean. I'm rubbing it off. You can pause there. Chalo. So therefore, mean is A plus summation of f into d by summation of f is equal to, what was our mean? Assumed mean, 225 plus f into d was minus 350 plus total summation of f 25. Time for calculations. So 225 plus into minus, that's minus. Now 350 divided by 25. So 225 minus 14, 1, 1, 2. So the mean daily expenditure, mean daily expenditure is rupees 211. So that's it, folks. That's the assumed mean method. Alright, so it's not a very difficult method. Remember some of the tips that I gave you, then of course it will really help you in your fast calculation. Alright, but as I say, practice more, Be systematic in your calculations, don't do randomly, alright? Then you'll have absolutely no problem. Check the continuity, check the class weight, uniformity. Then after that, if everything is set, you can continue to do. Alright? Next, in the next video, the next session, I'll be coming up with the step deviation method. Alright, so hopefully I'll see you there. In the meantime, please learn this method properly so that the step deviation method also will be easy for you. Alright, so till then, bye-bye, take care, and yes, stay safe.